no matter what you do in life, you are going to fail. Especially when you're trying something new, you are going to fail. You're going to make mistakes. Things are absolutely going to go wrong, and you should expect them to, right? When you're being innovative and making change, unless you're being stuck and comfortable, things are going to go wrong. And you just have to know that and expect it. I'll give you an example. I started doing 3-day virtual events about 3.5 years ago. And I will tell you, there are some months that it was really great. There were some months that I actually made over $1 million a month. In fact, a lot of months. But there was also months where I wrote a check for $900,000. I lost money, okay? They didn't always go perfectly. I had to adjust and tweak and modify and change. But one thing I didn't do was give up. I didn't just mess up and say, I'm done with this. It's too hard. It doesn't work. No, I just kept trying to have a positive attitude, keep going, and knowing that in order for me to break through the next level, in order for me to achieve the things that I want, I'm going to have to make mistakes. So just know, when you are trying to do something good in life and make a change, you are going to fail. And know this, is that when I did make mistakes and I was writing checks and things were going horrible, I didn't say, oh my God, I'm an idiot. I suck. I should stop. Things are so terrible. Nothing ever works out for me. No, I didn't. I said, hey, we just learned what not to do. We learned what didn't work. Now let's test and optimize and tweak and try something different. And guess what? At times, we've actually had almost a $4 million month by not letting the previous horrible month make us stop. So you have to be willing to look at things that happen and identify, okay, why didn't that work? What can I do differently? How can I adjust? How can I modify? And that's all right, people, because when you are trying to make big changes in life, first of all, I always tell myself, man, I've had a lot of hard times. It must mean something really good is on the other side. That's how I try to handle change and adversity and difficulty and hardness, right? Is I have to change my outlook of what I'm saying to myself and how I'm thinking about the adversity and the setbacks. And you are going to too, especially if you want greatness in your life. Otherwise, you can just keep being mediocre, keep doing the same old thing, keep being comfortable. And here's the deal. Innovation. When you are innovating and you are changing, things go wrong. If everything in your life is working perfectly and there's never any setbacks and you're not making any mistakes, you are complacent, you are stuck, you are like a pond, and a pond is stagnant and it eventually dies. And that will happen to you, your business, your relationships, or whatever if you continue to be comfortable. And this has to do with every single thing in your life. Unless you're staying super comfortable, you're going to fail. Things are going to go wrong. And here is what the richest man in the world, Elon Musk, says. Failure is an option here. If you are not failing, you are not innovating. So you've got a choice. You can choose to be comfortable and stagnant and do the same thing, or you can choose to be innovative and go forward, do something different, change. All the good things happen from making a change, from making a choice to do something differently. And oftentimes that includes failing, right? We're going to make mistakes. And I don't like to say it's a failure because you learn from things that you do wrong. People say fail forward, and it's actually really, really true, because if you're just doing nothing, well, you're not moving forward. So if you're failing, you're learning what not to do. So don't be afraid about failure. Failure actually is your friend. Failure is how you're going to move forward, and look at it that way. And ask yourself, when things go wrong, what am I going to do? How am I going to keep going on? I hope this is helpful for you. Let me know what else you want. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.